There are 12 lessons for salesperson to learn to become successful in closing the deal. This is the gist from all sales training programs or from the knowledge about sales available. The first important thing is lock buyer in small commitment. That means after every conversation, discussions, take those small agreements or confirmations from the buyer that will help you to move forward towards the decision. This is very important skill that needs to be developed. Second aspect is shift your talking from product features to talking about some insight related to buyer's requirement and business. The third important thing is positioning. That means make it very clear in the conversation that what you stand for and what buyer can expect from you or what you can do for your buyers. The next important thing is identify influencers in prospects organization who can understand you and you can influence the decision in that organization. The next important thing is telling stories. Stories connect, stories sell, and that's why it is important to connect to the buyer through stories first before engaging into more conversation about his needs and requirements. The next important thing is see good in other people. When you see good in your prospects and buyers, your conversation will improve significantly. The next point is establish credibility. That means you should look professional to the buyer. That means you have to really prepare very well for every discussion, conversation, and that perception develops credibility. That experience develops credibility and the buyer takes you seriously. The next important thing is to understand buyer well. That helps to close the deal. You have to learn the skill of asking rather than telling. You must develop the skill of asking buyer and making him talk. The next point is the person who listens or allows the other person to talk more controls the conversation. It is not about the person who talks more, but the person who listens and makes the other person talk controls the conversation. And the most important thing about selling, when you feel good about your product, about your solution, about what you are doing, then you have a very high chance of closing the deal. That feeling is transmitted to the buyer and that gives the confidence for buyer to trust your solution and make that buying decision in your favor. And these are the 12 important lessons for a salesperson. See what you can learn from them and what you can implement in your sales career.